Kelly, I've never been in this part of Georgetown before because this is a very ritzy part of Georgetown in a profession that's not that easy to break into. And you're 32 years old, a senior architect. How did you wind up here?
So I started working for Travis Price Architects as a sophomore in college, as an intern.
Really?
Unpaid internship throughout my undergrad. Grad school continued on in the summers, and then graduated in 2009 with my master's in the midst of the recession. Architects weren't hiring, Travis wasn't hiring, so went and worked in construction for a few years, and then came knocking back a couple years later.
What is your architectural philosophy?
Good question. So we're a very philosophic firm here, a very boutique firm. We are storytellers. From the soul of us is like if a new client comes in, we get deep into their story, their family metaphor, their culture, where they're from, and we really interrogate them and find out everything about them.
This is an inspiring office to walk into every day, I'd imagine.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I mean, we're obviously very visual people.
Yeah, and these are all projects that the firm has done?
Yeah, these are mostly homes. I mean, this is a 3D rendering, so that was done like probably 10 years ago. So
Where
that was
is
in the
this
beginning.
home?
That's actually in West Virginia.
Really?
It's a guy's bachelor pad.
A rich guy's bachelor
Yeah, but this is cool because you see we saved all the trees and we didn't take one tree down for that project. I mean, we're totally modern architects. We think that history is defined by change, not replication. So we would never replicate an old building model that was done in the past unless it was, superior than today's standards.
How do you keep it from being cold, though? That's my critique of a lot of modern stuff. It's like, I'm in here and I feel like I'm in a lobby, but I'm actually in your living room.
I really consider ourselves warm architects, not cool architects. We are very much into natural materials, woods, natural stones, coppers, metals. We're not white box architects. None of our projects feel, I think, cold or anything like that. We're big proponents of bringing the outside in, so we'll bring, we want to bring the glass to the floor to bring that nature in.
Love that.
And that brings the warmth. I think it's that, and then it's the people's stuff. It's your quilts, it's the pillows, that's what really makes it all homey.
What is this?
So this is a model we did a few years ago for a custom home in Bethesda. It's wrapped in copper and cedar.
It's what, 2 floors?
It's 2 stories plus a basement. This is now like a massive roof deck. But back here they have a little sauna and a hot tub. This is off their master suite.
When I think of top architects, a lot of women don't spring to mind.
Yeah.
When I think of top people in the construction industry, no women spring to mind.
Right.
What's it like being a young woman in those industries?
It's a good question. For me, it's super exciting. I mean, of course, my big goal is to be one of the top eventually, but it's just exciting. I mean, it's exciting to be with a group of people that all have a common goal to build this thing and make it perfect. It's exciting to go out there and inspire them to do the detail as you want it to, make it perfect for them.
Do you think women can bring something different to leadership in this field and even to certain jobs? Or do you think it's just like, it doesn't matter if I'm a man or woman, if I'm skilled, I'm skilled?
It's a good question. I mean, I think women, it's ingrained in us to be more, I don't want to say nurturing, and that's a fine line in this business because you don't want to be a softie, and if you are, then they come right to you, which is a problem sometimes. But you can also, in my case, you can also be a little bitchy.
Which it's funny because if a man was a senior architect and he said, listen fellas, this is the way it's going to be done, no one would ever call him a bitch.
Right, exactly.
They'd call him the boss.
Yeah.
So when you show up at your desk, do you think, okay, what could go wrong today? Or do you think, what can I do today?
You're constantly putting out fires, you're constantly, trying to meet expectations, and it can be stressful, but it's so fun at the end. I mean, there's nothing more rewarding than coming up with something on paper and then walking into it and knowing you designed it and then built it. You've been involved in the whole process.